Alright, dudes and dudettes, welcome back to Sink the Bismarck. Wolf 190D here. I'll be your captain, your host through all of this. Oh, wait. Some of you have already been here for a while, so y'all already know this spiel. Actually, I think this is the first time I've done it like this. Anyway, if at any point newcomers and people that have been following for a little while following along a little while yet, any of you that have decided, hey, I'm liking the content, I'm liking what this guy does, please be sure to drop a like, a subscribe, a follow if you have not done so already. It does help the channel grow. It appeases those algorithm gods, and who knows where this might take us. So anyway, thanks for stopping by either way, and on with the show. All right, so what do we have today? That's right. Last time I left off where I had just started to get into this, and I was like, oh, wait, I don't have time. So we're picking right up where we left off. I'm not sure how well... Oh, I think we did this battle last time. My goodness, it didn't save. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have another. Wow, that's crazy. I could have sworn there was like an autosave feature literally after every battle and before every other battle. So anyway, let's go ahead and run this again and see what happens. All right, all right. No, this isn't the same battle. It can't be the same battle because my transports are unarmed in this one. And see, this is the problem with running dated ships. Oh, good grief. That's not fair. That's not right. I plowed right into it. Ooh. Oh, but he gets to miss. Look at that. Imagine my shock. It's a bad joke. Jesus, I got close, and he still missed. And he managed to hit me with one, even though I stopped and turned hard. Actually, I think if I remember right, what I need to do in those instances is actually is brake and turn towards the torpedo. What are these transports doing? Oh boy. We're just letting our smoke generators recharge. All right, come on. Let's take the collision avoidance off, please. Because you never work right with the collision avoidance. So let's take it off. Dodge that. That's not going to end well, is it? He's just hammering away now. The problem with destroyers when they become damaged. Well, maybe we've tanked his engines enough to where he can't run my ships down. Let's see. Nope, he fixed his engines. Alright, well. Whatever. He got a nice dodge. I'll tell you that. Nope, we're gonna lose some transports. Okay. Made him pay for it a bit. So, if nothing else, it's further evidence that our 45 destroyers, our oldest destroyers, are no longer viable. They're really not. They're no longer effective. And just like that, he repairs his engine, so cool beans. Now, this actually makes me consider something. I'm wondering. I'm wondering if I shouldn't go. All right, so seriously, can we just can we skip this? Because now he's just come on, man. All right, I get it. I'll take the penalty even. I'd finished the entire thing too, but do I have to watch this? Well, I'm sorry about this, folks. Okay, cool. He's sinking. Well, he's turning away, so I don't know. Maybe yeah, the sinking mechanics have actually improved quite a bit, so I think those updates are doing what they're supposed to do. I'm seeing this a lot more, actually. Okay, can we go ahead and, I don't know. What happens if I leave the battle? Yeah, okay. Well, we can do that. Oh, look at that. He only sank one ship. Okay, well. Oh, well, that's as I was leaving. Okay, so he sunk. Wow, he sunk 8 transports. That's okay. Let him have his fun. Now this one, okay, so that other one was kind of a sort of a repeat. It's a really weird repeat. Um, so anyway, we've got our older ships out here. Destroyers that we've had for well over a decade. At least I think it's well over a decade. Now this, nope, this is still a V-45. Is that necessary, guys? Of course, the AI is able to build super maneuverable little ships. Which is dodge everything I throw at them. So, yeah. Heavy cruisers that can stop and turn on a dime. Imagine that. Nope. This isn't going to pan out well. Come on, come on, give me something. There we go. Make it worth my while, man. At least make it worth my while. Well, there again, let it just be another lesson of why we don't keep old ships. Oh, they already knocked out that gun on the barbette. Does give me an idea, though. Maybe what I need to start doing is putting higher penetrating rounds. I might just stop worrying about so much about starting fires with the 88s and just start worrying about punching holes in even his light cruisers. It's a tough little ship, I'll give him that. Oof. You know what? We'll let the French have their fun. Come on. I want to shoot at that guy. Thank you. Might lose both of these destroyers. Nope, he's fixing it. Man, he got really banged up, didn't he? I think they're still using them triple or multiple expansion, aren't they? No, these guys have turbines. Wow. I got turbines that early? 4 destroyer. Alright, let's see if we can't get him out of here. The thing is my destroyer might have been more valuable than his light cruiser. Huh. Well, now there's a thought. There again, it's kind of like, how does one decide? Wow. That was a 1-1. I barely got more victory points. His cruisers must really be garbage. Okay. And there again, you know, we're burning through our we're burning through our old inventory. So ships that might very well be on the chopping block now. I can keep producing those 78s. Uh-oh. Is that still a tumble home? I guess we're going to find out. Yeah, 32 knots is not fast enough. 34 knots might start to be, that might be getting to be insignificant or insufficient. Harvey armor. Is this a new design? 12-inch guns. Yeah, it's a new design, all right. And I'm not going to get in at the battleship right now. He's able to just dodge. Wow, how maneuverable are his cruisers? I mean, I even put fast torps on these things. Huh. but he's maneuvering his other one right into it, which is kind of funny. might get a heavy cruiser out of the deal. That's going to be Connect 4 maybe. Oh yes, that's going to send him to the bottom. My. Oof. Oof. All right. Raid successful, boys. Jesus. I really destroyed the rear end of this ship. Both tubes and both 88s gone. Okay, so where's the end battle? Oh wow, that wasn't even a half hour. Okay. Game time, that is. It's and you bet. Yep, it's a new class of ship, new class of battleship. I think it's one of our Magdeburgs, isn't it? while we're waiting, or at least I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee real quick while this is doing that. So enjoy the cinematic experience of the ships plodding along. Okay. Imagine being a crewman on one of these things, huh? Anyhow, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and off and save. I'm gonna go ahead and detach you. You suffered a little damage. But the funny thing is the skin. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and push this one ahead. Just bring them to bear right down on that ship. Okay, bring our ships back into line. And like I said, I think with the advent of the geared turbines, what's going to wind up happening is that our destroyers are going to get a little faster, but I don't know how much faster I can make them. And what I'm also going to want to do, I think, is start to give them more penetrating rounds. Maybe start moving up into the capped. Though those SAPs have still been proving really effective against his destroyers. So I don't know how much I want to fiddle with that. Maybe I can bring up the capped AP shells in response to that. Who knows? Okay, let's go ahead and dump our load of torpedoes. He's gonna catch two of them, it looks like. what happens. Hmm. There's 5 nines in this also, and I think they got SAPs. Yeah, those 5 nines aren't really much good for anything, are they? I'm gonna have to go to maybe the semi-ballistics. I mean, hell, my destroyers are earning partial pens on his heavy cruisers. That's because he's only got 1 3/10 of 1.3 inches of armor on him. Jesus, I'd be punching holes in it too. Oh no, is that gonna go? It is. Oh my, wow, it just skirted it. Look at that. Go ahead and slow it down so we can, ooh, ow, what? Oh, wow. Friendly fire, I walked right into that, didn't I? My goodness. Okay, let's, yeah. Excuse me, sorry. Let me see. We're gonna unlock, I think, triple tubes. Yes. We've got triple tubes and 19-inch torpedoes actually coming out around the same time. There again, I might be... I could very well be pushing into 11 or 1200 ton destroyers before too long. I don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to say. But anyway, what do we have? What do we have on the building blocks right now? We got the Nassau's upgrading in Portsmouth. Um, we've got one of the scatter guns being refit in Tsingtao. And we've got one of those new fangled MG42s, which is going to have a retarded number of 9.4-inch guns. Condor's not an area, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so let's take all of these guys, and we're going to set them on defend. For one, I don't like my mine layers wandering off out into the sea to get into engagements. They're not designed for it. Port Elizabeth and Cape Town. What the hell? Oh, well, that's fascinating. Okay, so these 45s, let's see, what do we have for 73s? We've got some in Tsingtao. We've got a bunch of them in Pilao. Let's run up to Pilao real quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a long run down to the coast. Okay, move them down to the coast. And then the other two, will move into Plymouth. Why are they taking the long way? Why aren't they using the That doesn't make any sense, guys. Come on, what's going on with that? $342,000. Why do I feel like Monrovia used to be mine? I don't think so, though. I think actually it was a French holding. That's why I put this fleet here. What are our finances at? Oh, we got 40,000 tons almost. So let's go ahead and let me see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and move this whole fleet into Douala. Maybe. No, let's move him into Sierra Leone. Move that whole fleet into there. All right. Okay. These two destroyers, they need to move. We'll send them on back to Friedrich Wilhelmshaven. We'll get them fixed up, and then we'll go ahead and strike them because it's time. It is time. These guys are still okay as long as they're not really engaging anything. They're all right. These are also 45s. These are also 45s. Okay, so oh wow, we did, I think, was it Chad? Did we take over Chad? No. No. I'm misremembering. I'm confusing this with another campaign. All right. Let's go ahead and start striking these V45s. So let me see here. Cape Town, Port Elizabeth. We're going to put all of you on defend. And then we're going to pull crew. They are pretty experienced. Okay, so Port Sudan. Port Sudan, Diego Suarez. Also defend. And we're going to pull crew. We're going to mothball all of these guys. And then in 3 turns, when they're done being repaired, we can go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and build 6 more. Yeah, and see, he's at 21% now. How do I not have a blockade up against the French right now, though, is the thing. My power projection is in the Western Mediterranean is really that low? Why? It's just 46,000. The Italians have 185,000. I didn't have that much in there. Anyway. 73s. Mine layers. Let's go ahead and send that one up there. And that one over there. Port Elizabeth, Lorengau. That's pretty much all over in the Asiatic area. Dover. Wait a minute. Oh no, I got one in Dublin. Okay. We're going to move you out of Dublin and put you in Gibraltar, I think. Yes. Let's move you out of Dublin and put you in Gibraltar. Okay. And we might be getting to a point, actually, where we can start to really think about a dedicated mine layer build. We've got Light Cruiser 4. That gives us Light Cruiser 3 actually to work with, which would be a really good basis. We can make it small. We can make it fairly inexpensive. And we might want to do it before we get to those geared steam turbines. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go and build a strictly a mine layer. All right, so the Ariadnes, we got them. The nymphs, they're gonna go by the wayside before too long, I think. Let me see here. Yeah, light cruiser. That's light cruiser 1, isn't it? Well, we'll figure out what we want to do with those after the fact. So let's go ahead and we're going to lay down a mine layer. Going to build a dedicated mine layer. All right, so see, in light cruiser 4 doesn't really work that well for it because that's 8,000 tons minimum. Light cruiser 3 can go 3 to 8. Oh wow, we still can build light cruiser hull number 1. Oh, that's pretty crazy. Light cruiser 2. Light cruiser 3 though is just all around. It's gonna all around be probably the best bet for it. So let's say 4,500 tons. We'll say 4,500 tons on this build. The bulkheads are going to be, actually we can pretty well, okay, the crew quarters are going to be cramped. Let's say we don't need it to be much faster than 20 knots in all honesty. The bulkheads can be standard. Honestly, we can even put few or minimum. If we want to do cut rate, you tone everything down on them. All right, funnels. What's going to be a good funnel? 25. Doesn't have to have much in the way of funnels. It can be something like that. Even. So just again, the idea is to cut down on the cost. Multiple expansion steam engine with yeah, everything else. No. We could do hydraulic steering. It's just going to make them a little bit more maneuverable. We'll give them Harvey armor. No citadel, no flood, standard bulkheads. Now, the question is, do we want to go with the layer 4 or advanced layer? Go with advanced layer. Right? Main tower, again, minimal type of build. We don't need anything crazy fancy here. We just need it to float and do what we're going to do. That I'm going to put there. Now for the main guns, you know, and this is kind of a matter of debate. You could put 5 or 5.9s or even 105s. You could mount this pretty much any way you want to. But for a mine layer, I'm not going to do a whole lot of crazy stuff with a mine layer. I might even just go ahead and say okay. Because it's basically an overlarge destroyer. Let's put a couple of 5-inch guns. And the tower, you know, the tower, we can move the tower up, whatever. We can move it back, doesn't matter. Secondaries, we'll put a battery of 88s on here because 88s are very nice. Okay. Long barreled 88s. Don't need any rangefinder. Don't need any radio. We'll put the biggest torps on there that we can. Standard reloading hydraulic turret. So pretty basic. Pretty basic. Whatever's going to keep our costs down. All right. These are coming in at 4 million, but their maintenance is less than 20,000. All right. They really don't even have to be balanced. We'll go with a 3-inch on the conning tower and the superstructure, just a 1/2 inch, enough to protect from splinters. The armoring, again, not terribly necessary. You can do this any number of ways, but basically we're looking for something that builds quick and has a really low maintenance. Ultimately, is what we're looking for with these guys, because they're just there to lay mines. That's all they're supposed to do. Now, feasibly, I think you could even do this with destroyers. But minimal crew, minimal bulkheads, minimal fuel, and that'll keep your costs way down. Actually, we could go even small. We could probably just do like a 3,000-ton ship. What happens if we do that? What happens if we go down to the bare minimum on size? That brings it down even lower, doesn't it? Isn't that nice? So anyway, that's a basic mine layer. Again, nothing fancy. We're not talking about something that needs to do a whole lot. Maybe, just maybe, for the sake of argument, though, what we'll do is we'll come off of those semi-armor piercing shells, and we'll put capped shells. That'll give us maybe marginal effectiveness against larger ships, but mostly what we're looking at is can it lay mines? Do we want nose fuse, or do we want something else? Base fuse. We'll put nose fuse. That way it can at least have a chance to start fires. Although this particular exploding charge or bursting charge isn't great for starting fires, but nonetheless, there you have it. She comes in at under 4 million a piece, and she costs almost 17,000 a month to keep. All right, so small, cheap, lays mines. All right, and well, frankly, there's plenty of room for tweaking if it really needs it. And there again, they might have to go to Rhines at some point. But all that being said, the nymphs, actually, they're cheaper than the nymphs. They're definitely going to be cheaper than the Ariadnes. I think, yes, they're much cheaper than the Ariadnes. So what we can do is we can start cranking out some of these mine layers to replace the aging ships in our fleet, especially those nymphs. I mean, the nymphs are going to be they're going to be ancient. 100 mines versus 50 mines, but the minefields are much better with the advanced layers. You get the increased damage. It's really only half the mine laying capacity, but the reduction in ammo detonation is certainly worth it. And the increase in own mines damage. So I like to stick with the highest level mines possible whenever you can. All right, so let's go ahead and save this. And then we're going to go ahead and then we're going to exit this. And then we're going to start, we'll go ahead and start building a few of these too. Let's go ahead and build 4 of them. I think 4 of them will work. 4 of them will work nicely. Okay, where do we want to launch them? I think 2 of them will come out of Friedrich Wilhelmshaven. So over there in New Guinea, and the other two we'll go ahead and launch at the home ports. I think, yes, we'll launch those at the home ports. So let's go ahead and put we'll put actually, let's launch these guys in Rosyth up in Scotland. And then we can shift them around later. So for now, let's see here. We've got, I think Lorengau and Oniaria are over here, yes. So nobody's really coming over there anyway, so let's go ahead and take both of those guys, and we'll nix out the crew. And we'll go ahead and mothball them, and then that way they can be sold, right? That Nassau has 1 more month left, and then this one still has the Rhineland that needs to be refit, right? Yep. Okay. All right. Well, that takes care of today's episode. Thinking about things for the next time, moving some ships around, and finally getting some of the oldest ships in our fleet stricken off the record. Now, why we're not blockading the French is another matter entirely. But anyway, folks, thanks for those of you that have stopped by. Thank you. Again, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow. It helps the channel grow. And yeah, till next time, take care. This is Wolf 190D signing off.